My city burning to the ground right now. Well, I hope you out of there. Or that you safe, you know? Like I said, you talking to somebody that's from Detroit. December roll around, I'm thinking that everybody else is cold too. You can't tell me you can't see the sun or you can't see the moon because the sky is covered in ash and smoke. You can't tell me that you can't see past five, like, I don't know, past a mile or something like that. You can't tell me that. Why is it this windy? Like, that gotta be a troll. You mean to tell me it's hot as shit? A random, like, I don't know, blunt fall into the random, like a wrong place, and then all of a sudden the whole city on fire? 80 per hour mile, wait, how, why? Like, when niggas say like, oh yeah, the climate is changing and all these other things, X, Y, Z, and then we lead to all this like mass destruction and nobody can recoup on anything that they own?
Oh my gosh. Oof. That is absolutely devastating to watch.
Imagine that's your home. This is happening in one of the most expensive areas in the country. Taxes high as fuck. Cost of living high as shit. And you mean to tell me I'm paying for something like that can happen this easily? I don't even feel like this should be possible with the cost of living in California. How long is it gonna take to repair this? I'm not hearing this a small, isolated little area, bro. I live in Michigan. They're saying this is encompassing more than the entire city of Ann Arbor, more than the entire city of Southfield. Do you know how large those two cities are in Michigan? How large of an area they cover? Where are these people supposed to go?
I feel for the people who have lesser than most, but I don't feel bad for the rich. Sorry man, if in California you literally have millions of dollars at least. Buy another 10 bedrooms somewhere else.
It's a lot less black and white than that. Like, obviously there are people that have a lot of assets over there, but this affects like way more people that are closer in income than you than you think. Like, not everybody in California is rich. It's just the cost of living is insane over there. I said I wouldn't necessarily care whether it happened to somebody who was rich or middle class or poor, because just watching this,
ooh, here we go.
like, seeing this is one of the most brutal things. Like, just imagine all your possessions, all your valuables, all your keepsakes, all your memorabilia, anything that you hold near and dear, you just got it in a house that you worked however hard for in whatever area, and you just watch it go up in flames, unable to get any of it back. You realize how like devastating this would be? If my house burned down and everything I got in it, you know, it's not even about like the immediate valuables, but it's just like shit that you can't get back. People were getting trapped trying to leave, abandoning their cars. Traffic, you know, LA traffic and Cali traffic is already dog shit as it is, from what I hear. Imagine everybody like last minute trying to go, escape, get out at the exact same time, with the sight of all this bullshit in the background, debris, homes burning, businesses burning, schools burning, libraries burning, all this shit in the background, and you're trying to escape. Air quality dog shit, visibility dog shit. How could you not be in a panic? Almost in February. We're gonna be in February in about 2.5 weeks, chat. For Michigan to have not gotten a snowstorm yet, it's a little drizzle or whatever the case is, but a major snowstorm of at least 6 to 12 inches would have hit by November or December. I'm growing up in a time period where in November, the very start of the winter solstice for Michigan, we will have a major snowstorm right before December. In the heart of December, boom, another one. You getting a couple of these storms that's at least gonna drop a foot of snow on you every couple weeks. Nothing. First time an entire winter's gone by, nothing. Always had a regular climate. You know what I'm saying? The weather's been like a little on the schizophrenic side throughout my life, but that's Michigan that I understand. When I'm seeing back-to-back examples of summer times where I'm talking about almost 2-3 week long power outages in areas that they never happen, flash flooding in places that it never occurs. Didn't I tell y'all last year or the year before that? I was completely underwater. I showed y'all 7 to 10, maybe almost 20 feet of rain that was preventing me and everybody else in my community from leaving. It was almost to your front porch. That has never happened in my entire life. No snow the year later. That has never happened in my entire life. What are you saying fear mongering? That one nigga that said niggas dying that ain't never died before was speaking facts. This shit is happening in places where it...
My God.
This is some guy who's on his bike, motorbike, whatever you want to call it, and he's documenting the damage as he's going through the city. Like, just casually, like it's post-apocalyptic, like it's a war zone or something like that, and it's just a natural disaster. The way that it's been handled, at least from a business perspective, is to, or was to at some point, put the responsibility on citizens or just regular everyday people to change their daily habits. And if we didn't do it, if the climate went to shit, it will ultimately be because of regular everyday people. That's the way this was marketed to me when I was a kid. Like, there are things that can be done on a micro scale individually, and all of y'all are basically gonna have to be the ones to basically fix it. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to like an actual researcher, you know who they actually decided to put the responsibility on and who it was ultimately passed off as, or passed off to. Things you put like the filters over your shower head, and they tell you, oh, turn your lights off and turn the faucet off, and you know what I'm saying, do these things, use less electricity. And while I said those things are still good to keep in mind, act like each individual person being able to do those things is gonna have the effect that they were trying to say is gonna negate this ultimate outcome. They're just trying to pass the buck.
It's a very apocalyptic scene. Sky is orange. There's ash floating through the air. I gotta wear masks today because you can literally barely breathe just standing here regularly. It's like smoking chain cigarettes or something. It's terrible. To be quite honest, it kind of...
And I'm throwing a random number out in my head, but another person that's in that field told me something about that last year when the air quality went to shit, or the year before that when the air quality went to shit, saying that when the air quality is bad enough, it's basically like smoking a cigarette if you go outside without a mask. How many? I don't know. I don't know how bad it is. I would imagine it'd be like basically walking outside and catching cancer every single day. I don't know. N95, something to this capacity. I don't even think that what he got on is enough. In situations like this, even if your house doesn't burn down, you know what I'm saying, through the grace of God or just random coincidence, the business that you work at might have complications. You're not probably allowed to be outside for X amount of hours, however long, until the situation blows over. This is interfering, even if it doesn't burn your house down or burn up your car or burn down the business you work at. This is going to interfere with your life in a major way for the foreseeable future. When it goes away or when it gets resolved, like, who knows?
Lots of people do not want to leave their home under any circumstances. Even an evacuation can't get them out sometimes.
It's not about like one. Some of them like where, bro. Like I said, you say I got all my shit tied up in a certain place or whatever the case is, bro. Like, what do you mean I'm leaving? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, I'm not starting over. Now, me personally, I am, but I understand the perspective of like, no, bro. I'm just not doing it. Too much here. I got this. I got that. Like, I'm gonna just chance it. Because worst come to worst, I might as well be dead if I gotta start over. That's how some people think about it. Some people don't think in the ability to just pick up and be like, all right, yeah, I guess I'll just restart. No. It's not that. I might as well be dead.
We heard that warning on the way.
I know you saying it's dark. I'm just talking about the reality of the situation.
What's the point of having fire insurance if the companies leave? If a fire's likely, these guys are villains.
Like, you hear something like that and you want to be like, oh yeah, that's conspiratorial or whatever it is, or conspiratorial, whatever the word is. But it's like, if it's really happened, it's like, what do you do? Like, how do you fight back? You mean to tell me as a regular individual I gotta fight a corporation and the climate? You would think that nobody would be motivated enough to commit crimes right now that are like super, nefarious. I mean, outside of stealing, which I to some extent would understand, depending on whatever the situation of the people that's doing it are. You could probably get away with anything right now. Do like literally whatever. Like, all police and emergency attention is everywhere else. So I would imagine it'd be twice as unsafe as it normally would be under normal circumstances. You're basically living in unregulated territory.
House totally burnt to a crisp. Still,
you can see it. You can see it right here. You see this little flame right here? This little flame just burning right here. Like, that's all it take. This all it take, man. Right here. In a neighborhood. This is a whole like not a house in sight. Obviously there's some. But You walk up, see this? Like, what the fuck happened to the van? Look at the cars. Like, burnt to a crisp ash almost.
No risk of the fire, you know, starting back up, but this is just truly haunting, man. Memories, people's possessions just gone. Fire is still spreading down there. You can see the fires are still going. Downtown LA, in South Central, and Compton. Yeah.
You be safe, man.
You too, brother.
Yeah, I might hit you up and send you a message on YouTube.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
Now, why you lie like that? Because you know you can't do that on YouTube. What message you gonna send, bro? You see what I'm saying? You gotta peep niggas that just be lying in your face for no reason. Why would you say that? You know how the app work. You know you can't do that.
Jeez.
Peep game. I feel him though. I would want to get out too.
Straight scene.
You say anything when you want to lead conversation. You know what I mean? Oh, this literally looks like somebody dropped a bomb. I'm like, no funny shit. Like, literally it looked like somebody dropped a bomb on California and they got the brunt of it, and this is like the after effect. You see the sun in the background. Like, this is a terrifying sight. You can't do shit. You're helpless. Bro, I hope that's not her house, bro. I get that he's driving past it. Not in a nonchalant way like he's showing it, but like my brain isn't processing that the flames really just ate that bitch up like that. Look at cuz, man. That gotta feel crazy. The business looks like
That's another.
Jesus, bro. What is this?
Try and keep an eye on what's going on to the right.
Bro, look at this.
This city has been leveled like it got bombed. It's the only way I can put it. Best decision I made today, wearing masks and my goggles. So much stuff in the air. Look at that, man.
Bro, how do I tell you that mask is not enough? Bro, you actually are having a hard time even seeing the sun now. Like, you can barely see it. It was telling me that there is like significantly worse footage and like images from like aerial positioning, like aiming down, showing like almost miles of homes and businesses burnt like to ash. Like, I genuinely don't have an idea of if this is night or not. Because I feel like being submerged this deep into the flame, into the fire, like, I feel like you wouldn't be able to see shit. Like, bro, look at how heavy the wind is. You can't even aim the water at the house. The firemen can't aim the water at the house because the wind is blowing so fucking hard. You know how demoralizing that feels to try to put some of the fire out and then to look over and see some shit like this in the distance? I don't know, bro. This gotta be Photoshop, right? Like, that's not real. You're telling me this is a real image? Wow, bro. You'd think the plane was on fire. This is insane, bro. I have the worst feeling in the pit of my stomach right now, bro. Some shit you could probably see from space. Like, I hope y'all know I've had dreams like this. Like, this is some shit that only my imagination could conjure up. You understand me?
There's really politicians and others trying to blame black and LGBTQ people for the fires since LA has DEI requirements for firefighters, etc.
You know, you really feel like now's not the time. Y'all niggas don't ever turn it off. You know? Like, y'all don't just take a day off and just be like, nah, let's just be human today. You feel me? Like, just one day, let's just be on some chill shit. Like, we could put all the other bullshit, like, to be thinking aside. Like, let's just be like, yo, this is just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? We can all agree on that. This is fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, there's no hidden agenda. There's no secret. Like, this is just fucked up, bro. I'm amazed that the death toll isn't higher based on all the destruction that I've seen. But I could only imagine people's mental state right now. You know what I'm saying? Seeing all their possessions and their whole lives potentially get burnt up, completely out of their control, like unable to fight back, unable to save a lot of their livelihoods or a lot of their possessions, shit that they might have grown up with. Bro, I'm being so serious. Like, this is something that only my only my imagination could conjure up in a dream. I'm so serious. I've literally dreamt about shit like this. I would never envision this being a real image ever in my life. Ever. I'm waiting for a nigga to come out and tell me, Sean, it's a prank. It's AI. We got the footage. All this other shit. Oh my. Bro. Nah, that feels so crazy. This shit looks so crazy, bro. This is not real. I mean, like, that is not real, bro. You see some, you cannot convince me that that's real. Bro, look. This right here, I was not prepared for this. This right here, I was not prepared for this. This one right here, this is the one that, this is gonna stick with me for a very long time. I don't think I'll ever forget this little clip.